Apparently, for retention, you just gotta like start podcasts. Like you don't even have an intro, just start.
But I feel like the intro brings a sense of consistency.
Lose people. Yeah, but you lose people. I was listening to a podcast with Jimmy from MrBeast. You know MrBeast?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy. That's the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on a podcast. What?
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. Well, he was on a podcast with the Flagrant guys. Do you know Flagrant? Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh. You know?
I've heard that name before.
Okay. Well, he's a comedian, but he has a podcast.
Okay.
And they did a 4-hour podcast. And like, when I say Jimmy is like obsessed with YouTube, like he's obsessed. And to the level of like, and it's clear that it's work because he literally like is one of the biggest YouTubers right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he intentionally did that and he knew he was going to do that. Like in high school, when he was like 14, he literally made a video when he had 8,000 subscribers being like, he was talking to himself. He made a video like talking to himself like 5 years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, in 5 years in the future, I expect to have at least 1 million followers. And if you don't, then what are you doing with your life? I just kill yourself or like something like that.
What?
Yeah. Or like you've failed at life, basically. I don't think he said kill yourself because it's to himself. But essentially he just said like he was so dead set and he knew that like if he just followed the rules because he's been studying YouTube for so long,
mm-hmm.
he knew that he would make it to 1 million plus at that point. And of course, like by that 5 years later, he was already at like 20 million or something like that.
Well, did he have a job or was
he started like literally as a child at 11 years old, he was like, I will be a YouTuber. Like he had no other career at mind. Even for school, he hated school to the point where he wouldn't study for school.
How old is he? Is he our age?
Right now, he's like 23, I think.
Okay, that's why. I think like if like right now, I feel like it's kind of
No, this is not something for us. I'm not.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
He even knows he's like an anomaly.
No, I know it is an anomaly. First of all, but second, I think he had the time to dedicate to it, and he was determined, and he wasn't going to stop at nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, and also he studied. Like he when he said he studied, he spent 100% of his time on YouTube to the point where he was made fun of it in school because he didn't know anything outside of YouTube. Like his references to pop culture were so skewed because of the fact that he only stayed on YouTube, and he never watched movies, he never watched TV shows, he watched nothing else except for YouTube. And he said at one point when he had like 8,000 subscribers, he found a group of before this he felt like ostracized by his community or by his peers, I guess, his people in his school, classmates, because he was so obsessed with YouTube and only wanted to talk about YouTube that in school he would not speak. Like his teachers actually thought that he was mute for a minute because he wasn't interested in school and he was only interested in speaking about YouTube, to the point that the teachers actually thought he was mute. And then of course, like I mentioned, the classmates would like bully him for it. Well, like not really bully him. He didn't feel like he was being bullied. They would essentially just like pick at him.
Known as the YouTube kid.
Exactly. But then he found like a group of 3 other people, like-minded people, and he realized, I'm not crazy. Like I'm not weird. I just haven't found my people. So when he found his people, all they did was basically, he said, for 1,000 days straight, 18 hours a day, they just kept in contact with each other, talked about the algorithm, talked about like strategies, because he said at that point like his content was good, but his titles and his thumbnails were trash. And then the opposite, the other guys, their content was trash, but their thumbnails and their titles were really good. So they were able to capture the audience by having good titles and thumbnails, but their videos were trash, so they couldn't keep the retention there. But he had the retention, but he just didn't have the ability to gather those people to his videos. Yeah. And they're able to like cross-reference their skills and what they've learned. And he said by like a year later, they all passed a million subscribers.
The other guys too?
All of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because they all just worked together. They gave each other strategies whenever they learned something new. Yeah. And that helped them grow. Yeah. So he literally just thought of it as a career.
He's the one that like gives people money and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where does he get that money?
No, he literally doesn't save any of his money. Like, let's say on YouTube he made $1,000, he will take that $1,000 and use it for his next video and say, I gave $1,000 away and blah, 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 and did this with it. And then because he knew that his the way his videos would like become popular, like it would double up every time. So if he took that $1,000, he would reinvest it, put in $1,000 in that video, he'd make $2,000. Take that $2,000, reinvest it, make $5,000, and then it would just double up. What?
I was like 4, and you're like 5. I was like, all right. Fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wanted to mix it up a bit.
I get you.
But yeah, that's basically what he did. Like even to the point where he was making millions, he would still do the same thing. That's why his videos got so huge. Like where he was giving away islands, he was giving away houses, like, he's giving away. I was
wondering, like, who is this guy? Where does he get the money
and
from?
his mom, who was like, I think she was his accountant for like the first bit, and she still sort of is, but he makes sure that she can relax now. But like even she was like, just sometimes she would actually have to hide money away from him as like a like safety net.
Yeah.
And then he would like somehow find out about that money, and in the middle of like talking about a video, he'd be like, "Oh guys, I actually like happened to find like $200,000 here. We can put it into that video now. Like we can make it $200,000 better."
Oh
yeah.
My goodness.
But now because of she's seen the success, she's a lot less like worried. She doesn't worry as much for him.
But isn't he worried, like, because there's always that like thought in the back of I think any content creator's mind, like, what if this isn't forever? Like, what if YouTube just isn't
he's set for life. He literally,
does he have savings?
Because think about it, he has that one, his main YouTube channel, but there's a cool thing he did is that he took his main channel and he wants to make his content as accessible to as many people listening to this are being like, this is all nerdy stuff, but I felt that it was interesting. Okay. But he would basically take his videos and translate them in different languages.
That's really cool.
So he would, and essentially he would take like, the exact same video, translate it in Spanish, Japanese, Arabic, French, in all the like most popular languages. And he did something smart. He got voice actors that are famous in those countries, so people can understand the voices, not understand, but recognize the voices, which would bring more people to his videos.
That's kind of, when you said translate, I was thinking like subtitles.
No,
he
like
went and got like actors to
actors to do the sound. Wow. Yeah, because he knew that would help with retention. Like he studied the game, he knows it, he knows exactly what to do. Like he's the right kind of obsessed for whatever field that he's in.
Yeah, I mean, it paid off. So I guess his obsession got him.
Exactly.
Got him.
There's a lot more to that. It's a 4-hour podcast, but I'm not gonna go into it.
Did you listen to it like straight?
Yeah, I listened to the whole thing.
Like straight?
No, not straight, but like as I'm walking at work, that kind of thing, right? Okay. But yeah, it was just interesting how like he said that when people sneeze in videos, like he sees the retention rate drop. Yeah, if someone like is in the middle of a video, they have to go to the washroom, like in a podcast, the retention rate drops.
Well, don't you just cut that out?
Huh?
Don't you just cut that out?
No, like let's say you have a few people on there, right? Yeah, so like just weird things like that, coughing, all those things can drop your retention, and he's all about making sure you keep retention the whole time because people get bored, right? And it's the weirdest thing that can get people to click off a video.
But I'm sorry, but like a 4-hour podcast, you're not going to have my retention. You might have it for like the first 15 minutes.
Well, it's a podcast, right? People don't really listen to podcasts. First off, not a lot of people listen to podcasts straight through. They'll like listen to it and then come back to it later. Or if they do listen to it straight through, it's usually audio. It's not really, doesn't require much investment to listen to something through audio, especially if you're at work.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
that's a good point.
Yeah, I definitely was writing. Okay, I see what you're doing.
You're like,
yeah.
Sada cannot sneeze or yawn.
Yeah,
or
but there's definitely a strategy to it. It's like a game. Like if you really do put in the time to figure out how it works, no matter who you are, you can gain a large following from it.
100% you can.
Yeah.
I definitely agree, and I think TikTok works the same.
Yeah.
Instagram's a little bit like, I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, like Instagram's really like, I feel like it should just go back to being more of like a personal thing because like they still haven't figured out the whole monetization thing on Instagram.
Yeah. Like what's the point of, like, I mean, it's not what's the point, because you're still building somewhat of an audience on there, and then you're just hoping that they kind of move on to YouTube and TikTok and whatnot. But
looking at it strictly from a business standpoint. Of course,
No, I
there's
know,
a
but
whole
I'm
like
saying, like-
interacting with your audience.
Yeah.
That's also very important. But yeah, you can do that in many other platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of like social platforms, that BeReal stuff is so dumb.
Did you download it?
Of course, I downloaded it.
Oh, I didn't even do it.
You didn't even do it?
No.
We literally made it our homework to do it.
I know. Wait, so have you like?
I like the thing is BeReal. Like,
What don't you like about it?
first off, people know me. I've mentioned this on the podcast multiple times. I don't keep my phone on me, so I'll see the notification 2 hours later. And of course, BeReal allows you to post it later, and it'll actually say like, person posted it 2 hours late or something like that. But like at that point, it's like,
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
What happens if you don't post it?
Nothing. Like you can see your track record and all that kind of stuff, almost like Snapchat. What do you call those? Like the when you send messages to someone
Like best
every
friends
day?
or whatever it is?
No, remember streaks? Yeah, it's almost like a streak, like a
okay.
personal streak. I don't think it actually notes it as a streak.
Oh.
I feel like that would help their retention on like people coming back to the app if they added some type of identifier for a streak.
Oh, like who can get the highest?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Or not even who can get the highest, but you personally, sometimes people just like having those weird little goals.
Yeah.
Seeing that number on there, right? So maybe adding something like that would help people to like come back. I don't know if everybody else is using it.
Did you see that TikTok has a version now?
They do?
Yeah.
See, these guys
Do you
are
wanna
stealing
see
each
it?
other's. It's so hard to have an original idea out here.
You know when you're like randomly on your phone and your finger slips and you like touch one of the bottom menu things, whatever it's called? Look at this. It's called Now.
Oh, I don't even have that yet.
You don't have this yet?
No, but what is that? Is that like BeReal basically?
Yeah. So like you get notification, you have to post right then and there. But like a TikTok, not a photo.
It's basically a BeReal.
Yeah.
See, look,
post today's Now in the next 3 minutes and see what your friends are up to.
That's exactly what BeReal is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of annoying how these sites don't allow each other to have some type of room to breathe, and like, I guess it's because they see it as competition, even though the apps are not related in any way. Because the goal of every app is to have people stay on there as long as possible, right? Which is why I feel like YouTube actually doing the whole shorts thing is kind of smart, because a lot of people already stay on YouTube for like the videos. So if you want to keep them there, I guess the shorts may keep them there. I don't know. They're still working on it. I feel like once the whole monetization comes in, you know how we I don't know if we mentioned that already, but YouTube's going to be monetizing monetizing shorts and sharing that revenue with the people who are putting them up. But that's starting at the beginning of the year, beginning of 2023.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of the TikTokers who are complaining about the fact that you can get like 10, 20 million views on a TikTok and make like $1,000 from it.
That's it?
Yeah. So
Damn.
the revenue versus like the amount of views you're getting doesn't match up on TikTok.
Right.
And I don't think they have any motivation to change that. So now that YouTube has put this out, we're going to see how it works out in January.
Yeah.
I feel like that might change the game a lot, because these TikTokers, like, also the algorithm of TikTok is not very favorable to people who are loyal to the platform.
Yeah.
Like if you stay on the platform and you post, TikTok doesn't care about you. They want new people all the time. So they will make you blow up, give you millions of followers, get you that like blue check mark, and then completely forget about you. You're not going to be put into the algorithm at all. And people still on TikTok rarely go to their not for you page, but their following page. Like I personally choose to go to the following page because I follow those people for a reason.
Yeah.
But that just might be because I'm old and I like the old school way of like when I follow someone, I want to see their stuff. But it's still tempting to, because it opens up on your for you page by default every time.
Yeah.
So you just naturally start scrolling through it.
But I mean, the importance of the For You page is to allow you to discover other people, right? So isn't that like a good thing technically?
Yeah, but if you're always discovering new people, like what happens to those people you've discovered before, right?
Yeah, I follow like 900 people on TikTok.
Exactly. You don't realize how many people you're following until you look at that number, right?
I know.
And I rarely go to my personal page because I don't post TikToks.
Same.
So I don't see who I'm following.
Yeah, but like sometimes I'll see it.
Yeah.
I go to the homepage to switch accounts. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm following 900. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't even downsize this list. It'll take me forever.
Exactly. And sometimes you might even follow someone by accident. It's
Yeah.
so easy to follow someone by accident on TikTok. I wish they had some type of like confirmation.
But you know what I found? I don't know if this happens to you.
What?
You know how they have that save button thing now?
Oh, yeah. I hit that a lot too.
Yeah, but like sometimes I find that like I'll scroll and I get to a new video and it's already yellow. I'm like, I didn't save this.
What?
And then I'll click it and then it'll save and then I'll unclick it. It's weird. It's like a weird glitch.
That's probably like a glitch on the app or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was weird.
Or maybe someone, you know what they do? They like on their video, they edit it so they add that thing on there. So because you know how it's transparent? So
Is it transparent?
Yeah, and then when you click on it, then it becomes like yellow. But they might put that there to make it look like it's actually already clicked.
That's kind of smart.
Yeah, there are people who do a lot of weird tricks on TikTok, which, yeah, I feel like TikTok is more like, it just feels nice to have that number, but don't expect to have any real dedicated following from it.
Yeah.
At least you'll know if you have a dedicated following when you start like advertising your other social platforms and you see who transfers over.
Well, like I pay attention to a lot of the people that follow us on Instagram, not Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. TikTok, I feel like are mostly randoms. Like sometimes I'll go through the likes and stuff just because I just want to see who likes our stuff. Yeah. And I'll see like a couple like pictures that I recognize. I'm like, okay, I know who you are, whatever. Yeah. But like YouTube and Instagram, I feel like there are like the regulars. And sometimes when I see someone that is like our OG fans, like from day one, and they don't comment in a long time, I'm like, I wonder how they're doing. You still alive?
Yeah, I do feel like YouTube is a lot more personal in that because like you can write more long form stuff. Yeah. And I feel like the age demographic is very different for YouTube versus TikTok and the other platforms.
Instagram is like a healthy mix, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also like people rarely leave comments to begin with. So if someone's leaving a comment, like, I know, like, then you know, like they're actually really F with the kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Like they spent time and they wrote us a paragraph. I'm going to read it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh, thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely we went into a real tangent. But you know what? That's how you start the podcast. Okay, I'm just gonna start it like that from now on.
We literally didn't even do an intro.
We don't need to do an intro anymore. Okay. Welcome back to the Cousin Connection podcast. What? Okay. Welcome back to the Cousin Connection podcast.
No, we're gonna cut that out.
Why?
It's weird.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll just go with the first one.
Exactly. I say exactly a lot. I just realized that. Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, let's get past that. So this week we had a pretty eventful weekend. We're actually recording this. Usually we record this before the weekend or like right when the weekend's starting, but we're actually recording this on a Monday. I know. Which is very different.
It's very weird.
Yeah. But the reason we're recording this on a Monday is because on Saturday, which is usually when we record it, we went to the Trevor Noah show. Or Trevor Noah comedian. What was it called? His
comedy special?
Comedy
Netflix
special or comedy show.
Netflix special. No? I don't know.
Comedy show. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But yeah, so we went to watch a show at the
Scotiabank Arena.
ACC, Air Canada Center.
Scotiabank Arena.
You know what? Air Canada, man. Okay, yeah, Scotiabank Arena. Okay,
we're not giving Air Canada any credit.
Exactly. I just realized that. That's the one name I will stay with. Okay.
It's Skydome. Skydome you stay with.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody calls it is it the Rogers Center now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what were you saying? Yeah, so we went to watch the show. First off, like I didn't know that Trevor Noah pulled numbers like this. Like when I say the audience was full, I mean not one empty seat in a whole stadium. It was in a stadium.
I was confused when you told me it was there. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
What is this, a concert? Like, does he sing?
No. Like he's up there with like Kevin Hart level now.
Really?
Yeah. Like with audience. Look, did you not see the amount of people there?
No, I know. I was confused. I walked in and I was like,
yeah. Like really? I feel like if we actually like, well, we we got the tickets. I got tickets to work, whatever. But if we actually had to like get tickets, I feel like they would have been pretty expensive. Honestly.
They were, because Nabat was looking for tickets.
Oh, really?
I didn't know. I was like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
I'm not even that big of a fan.
Yeah.
Like, you could have taken my spot. She was like, they were so expensive.
Oh, she was a big fan?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad. Sorry, Nabat. I didn't know.
Sorry, next time.
No, but he was actually really funny too.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. He made a couple of jokes where references. I was like, I don't remember this. Can I mention it at least? Like, roughly?
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, there's that when he mentioned the thing with Trudeau when he went to India.
Yeah,
I did not know that how that happened. Apparently, Trudeau, when he went to India, like became an Indian.
I think he exaggerated it a little bit. I don't know if that's like entirely true, but I also don't think he would lie. Can
you search Trudeau goes to India and becomes Indian?
I don't know.
Because like he mentioned it in a way. First, I thought he was like going into like the whole Indian face or blackface thing that Trudeau did.
Oh, it's just because he dressed like them.
Oh, okay, so he actually did like become Indian. Like he wore the dress. He was doing the whole like not peace hands, but like prayer hands thing everywhere he was going.
But this is normal. If you go to a country, you don't dress like them.
No, but it was funny because there was one point where he's like he went to a meeting with a bunch of like a bunch of Indian like politicians, and all of them wearing suits except for him. He's wearing Indian garb.
He's interesting.
Yeah, I think he seems like he's just an adventurous person in general.
That, and he just I think he just tries really hard. Like the effort is there.
Yeah,
he's just trying.
He is a try hard.
What?
Yeah.
Did you see him doing bungee jumping on 6
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know if his head was supposed to like dunk into the water like
right?
that. I saw that. People are probably like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, our prime minister is cool, man. He does bungee jumping on his day off.
Unlike the American president.
Oh yeah, he would literally die.
Why are you laughing?
What?
You're laughing at
if Trevor Noah can laugh at them Queen's death, that's also another inside joke. That was awkward because I know how you feel about it.
About the Queen?
Yeah.
No, not that. Like,
were you not that? Okay.
No, I don't care about them.
Yeah. And when he's making like white people jokes,
but like
I looked at all the white people like sitting down in front of us.
They didn't laugh.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell.
But you're the ones next to us.
Yeah.
The guy with the funniest laugh.
Oh, he was dying.
He like every single joke. Like there were some that weren't.
Yeah,
as
we
funny.
had one of my coworkers sitting next to me.
He was like, it was so funny. His laugh almost made me laugh even more. Like he was dying.
But because his jokes are so like multicultural, I guess you could say, or like they're so inclusive. Yeah. Like his audience was so much more diverse than I was expecting, right?
Yeah.
Like you'd expect with like a black comedian. I know he's only half black, but you expect like a majority black audience. But I think it's because he's South African. Mm-hmm. He's very worldly. He runs a news show, the Daily Show, where he kind of covers world politics, and he
incorporates like humor into
it. Yeah,
it's similar to
he has a better perspective because he's from outside of he's not from America originally.
But he covers American news.
He covers both American news and like worldly news, and I feel like he does it from he's not as biased because he has no like allegiance to America. I mean,
his style reminds me of like Hassan Minhaj.
Yeah, but the difference is that Hassan Minhaj, his audience was still a majority South Asian.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we were the few black people there.
I know. I felt like I stuck out. But I was like, we're Muslims, so we're one part of it.
So we're kind of like, we still fall into one of his what was that word? We always say
intersectionality.
Yeah, intersections. One
word
of his intersections. Exactly.
Yeah, I get you.
I said exactly. I keep forgetting. Okay, whatever, guys. Get used to it. And what was I saying? But yeah, so Trevor Noah, like his audience was so much more multicultural than I was expecting. But yeah, it did make sense in the end. But yeah, outside of that, like, did you like the show, right?
Yeah, I feel like it got funnier and funnier, and by the end I was like dying of laughter.
Like he knew how to build up. Of course, he's worked this show probably for multiple areas and small clubs and everything, so he like got it down to like a nice compact show.
Yeah.
And it actually he was recording his Netflix special, or I wouldn't say his Netflix special. He was recording his special there, which was pretty interesting. So we got to, you know, we were laughing a little bit louder so we can get through.
So we can be on like a little 2-second
Exactly.
clip.
Our coworker was definitely probably picking up on the sound there. Yeah.
You know what? Like, I'm going to watch it just to look for us. See if we're in it.
Honestly, you might see something. You never know.
Maybe.
We should have like stood up and like made ourselves more exactly.
Waved our hands.
But yeah, so you can tell like because he was filming it there, which I was surprised by because like this is not in America. I feel like he would film it in like New York or like his home base or something like that, maybe in South Africa, but he filmed it in Toronto of all places.
I didn't do my research, but something tells me that him like selecting Scotiabank Arena, like it's probably one of the bigger venues that he had. Yeah. So that's why he was like, you know what, let me look.
Yeah, and it is a nice venue. Like the seating looked really nice. Yeah, nice. His stage setup looked really nice.
I liked his stage setup.
Yeah.
Too. It was nice.
And it was, but it did feel nice having like the booth. I was kind of
I know. I was literally thinking like, yo, I should go to all concerts like this. Yeah. How much are booths? Are they expensive?
Yeah, but that was provided by work. You know, we're not trying to flex here, okay?
Yes, we are.
Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, there was also, speaking of Trevor Noah, there was another piece of news that came out about him, and it made me think about something that's kind of related to him, where it's like, so like, why do people feel like they have a chance with celebrities, and like why are their hearts broken when they find out that they're in a relationship? It makes no sense to me. Like, it
actually does make a lot of sense, Amir.
What, like, what is it? How do you build this relation? You know what? Okay, I'm not gonna say it makes no sense to me, because like I've sort of felt it, but not to the degree.
With who?
Huh?
With who? You have a celebrity crush? I thought you never had
not really, crushes. But like, that's why I said when I say sort of,
yeah,
it's like I don't feel it to the degree that people are feeling it for specifically. So in this situation, there were some pictures that recently came out of Trevor Noah with Dua Lipa.
Isn't she dating?
She's dating Trevor.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is.
Are you insane?
She's
literally dating Anwar Hadid.
No, like, well, I guess that's done because they literally just came out with photos.
Since when?
Okay, this is not a gossip page. Okay,
I know, but I'm about to search it up. Okay.
Yeah, but why do people feel like why are people's hearts broken whenever they see their celebrity crush get into a relationship? Shouldn't they be happy for them? Like there is literally, see, there's pictures out of them out in the street and they're like kissing and doing all that kind of stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Since when?
Recently. This literally came out the day of his show. But yeah, so to go on to that, like I knew that people had this sort of like parasocial relationship with like celebrities, but there were literally people on TikTok who had channels dedicated to them trying to get into a relationship with this person. There's one lady who literally learned about South African history and like his culture and everything just so she can be like ready for when she finally gets into a relationship with him.
Okay, that's...
Yeah.
I never went to that extreme, but I was going to say everyone who's listening to this and that knows me, Nick Jonas.
I knew it.
You like
I know that's kind of obvious. That was kind of obvious.
Come on.
Well, you guys actually thought you had a chance?
I mean, like deep down in my heart, I was like, you know, inshallah, he converts. And then when I see him in Toronto, he'll be like, that's the girl.
You were literally right in front of him at one point.
When?
Remember in Dubai?
Oh, yeah, that too. And I was just like literally screaming in his face. I'm pretty sure I was the only one. And he was like, girl need a restraining order from her. But I think to answer your question, I think, you know, like back in the days, celebrities were always seen as like, they were almost like not dehumanized, but they were just like they were their own
like
genre.
Untouchable. They're like another level.
And I feel like, you know, with the rise of like paparazzi and like gossip sites and whatever, TMZ, those kind of things, they have become so much more humanized. Paparazzi photos, like you see them doing everyday errands, and so people are like, I could do that.
I wouldn't say it's paparazzi.
No,
I would say it's social media.
Yeah.
There you go.
Social media, like Twitter,
because paparazzi's
Instagram.
been around for 100 years.
Yeah, but I mean, that gives you a glimpse into their life. But then when they're actually on social media, like just posting random stuff, it really humanizes them. So I think people are like, you know what? Me and whatever, this person has we have a lot in common. Like I could see myself with them.
Yeah. And do you feel like because of social media, like it's kind of this, because now it's not only celebrities. Like you're starting to see it. Let's give an example, like Muslim TikTok.
Okay.
Muslim TikTok, recently there was news that broke out where the Golden Balance, I forget his actual name, but like people were like sleuthing on his pages and found out that he like got married.
It's because someone posted like a selfie with him, and they're like, "Oh, shout out to his wifey who took the photo." Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And when Muslim TikTok, or at least specifically the girls on Muslim TikTok found out that he was married, like it was almost like there was a death in the family. Like there were people writing like mortuaries. What do you call those things?
Condolences?
Like condolences, like you know when someone dies and you like write
condolences.
Yeah, there were people like writing out condolences almost to themselves for finding out that he's actually married, and like there's no chance at this point unless, and I think some of them were like, I'll be your second.
Oh my god. Of course.
Yeah, but there are people who have like, and I think it's because TikTok, these people, they feel more accessible because they're like regular people, and people feel like they're not on that next level of being a celebrity.
Yeah.
So they actually, and to a point, like they actually might have a chance. How many stories do we see now where people were like, I saw them on Instagram or TikTok, whatever, I sent them a DM and they actually end up getting married.
That's how Amina and Khalid got married.
There you go. Like there are a lot more stories like that coming out. So like, I feel like TikTok and social media has like even the playing field to where now it's actually might be realistic to a certain level, of course, to find yourself in a relationship with that person you see online and somewhat, you know, have some type of feelings for them, even though you don't know them, just from that alone.
Yeah, I think that like people who are like social media influencers, they're like I feel like celebrities are still, I mean, essentially it's sort of like the same work-ish, but still different. Like they're like different departments of the same company, you know?
Yeah.
So although influencers may not consider themselves celebrities, they still have like, they're known, they're famous, if you want to use that term. So it's still like, it's not I don't think it's as easy as like you're walking down the street, you see somebody, you say hi, and then boom, you're in a relationship, to simplify it. But it's still, sorry, it's on Do Not Disturb, but he's under my favoriets, so it comes through.
Like that.
You are too.
Defeats the purpose of Do Not Disturb. Oh my god.
But no, but yeah. So what I was trying to say was, I still think like influencers have a level of celebrityness to them, so it's not as easy as just DMing anyone. Because if you DM a influencer, you think you're gonna get a response? Probably not. It depends.
It depends on the group you're part of. Like I don't know. It depends on a lot of factors. But when do you think that divide between like celebrity and influencer will be gone completely? Because I feel like it's happening, and it might have already happened at this point. Actually, no, it hasn't happened. There's still like, you know, the OG celebrities that are like holding on strong, and you have people like The Rock who will like always be on like the next level. You have superstars, but before there used to still be like celebrities who aren't superstars. They're on like the B or C list, but they're still seen as untouchable. But like, do you feel like the list of like B, C, all that stuff is gone, and now those people who you saw occupy list are just influencers?
No, not necessarily. I think you're right. There are still like the superstar, like mogul levels, like Oprah, you know, people like of that level. But then you have people like Kylie Jenner. You have the people that are on like TV shows where they're big, but they're not unattainable. Where like Kylie's a perfect example of someone who's big, but is also like influencer vibes. You know, like she's what is she?
She's a millennial.
Yeah, she's a millennial. So she like does what everyone else is doing. Rihanna is the same. I know like Beyonce was once unattainable, but she's like dabbling into social media a little bit. So I think that is slowly closing the gap. But like people who aren't, like celebrities who aren't on social media as much, they're still unattainable because you don't get that personal glimpse into their life.
And also it's just the saturation of the market has now, like before you only had a few channels where you can be shown these celebrities and like you had access or to see these people. So what do you call it? Like more people would know about you back in the day, right?
Right.
Because there were so few outlets.
Right.
But now because there are 100 different, like multiple different social media pages, different genres and like things that people are into.
Yeah.
Like it's a good example would be like I mentioned MrBeast, who has like probably is growing to be one of the most subscribed people on YouTube, but there are still normal people out there who don't live under a rock who don't know who MrBeast is.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned MrBeast, but you probably still don't know roughly.
No, I only know him because I've seen his videos before.
Exactly.
But I don't like know about him.
Yeah. Even though if you ask like someone half of the other country, they will tell you everything about him.
Yeah.
So I feel like that idea of like everyone knowing you is kind of like reserved only for a few people. And I don't think that will be here for long, if that makes sense. So like, unless, I don't know, you're the president or something, right? But like The Rock, like once The Rock is gone or he like retires or whatever, once Kevin Hart retires, all those guys retire, Oprah, I don't know if we're going to have anyone up there anymore.
Like replace them?
To replace them. Like people don't even know who Denzel Washington is anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I was watching the React videos where they were showing like celebrities and stuff. People don't know who like Denzel Washington is. There are people who don't know who Rihanna is.
No.
Yes.
Rihanna.
Yes. They don't know who Rihanna is.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Like older people? Or
younger people. Gen Z.
What?
Yeah.
I don't
because
believe that.
It's so saturated. These kids, they can go not their whole life, but like maybe eventually later in life they might find out who they are. But like the things they watch are not related to anything that Rihanna would ever be touching.
What do you mean?
So
like if they're girls, they wear makeup, they wear Fenty Beauty, they absolutely know who she is. They absolutely know.
Maybe girls.
Oh, you're saying you're talking about guys?
I'm talking in general, like guys, they don't know who that is.
I still find that hard. That's crazy.
Yeah. You'd be surprised who people don't know.
Wow.
And it's going to get more, because of the saturation, it's going to get worse in the sense that like the household names aren't going to be as common anymore.
Yeah, because there's just too much. There's too many of us.
Yeah. Why are we talking about household names again? I don't know why we went on that tangent.
Because we were talking about like, do we ever feel like influencers will reach that level of being as known as celebrities
but the original question was, why do people think they have a chance with celebrities?
Yeah, and we said it was because of social media and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure.
But you agree then?
What?
So you feel like social media is it personifies them? Like it makes them more personable to people. Like they're not just unattainable anymore. They're just everyday folk that just have a lot more money than us. That's all.
Yeah, and also this word of parasocial relationship comes up a lot because people feel like they actually build a relationship with this person, even though they've never interacted with them personally. They feel like they know everything about them.
But you know how exciting it is to have your favorite celebrity like respond to your tweet or your comment and like heart it or something. You die a little bit inside. You're like, ah.
But people might take that and feel like, oh, like they actually, I
don't think I ever got that
they
far.
do love me.
Like Joe Jonas once read my comment in a live chat and I was like,
go.
Oh my God, he knows who I am.
What did you write?
I don't know. I think I like, okay, this is really embarrassing to admit.
Go ahead.
You're going to laugh.
What?
So whenever you used to watch live chats, it's like thousands of people, right? So to be noticed, you just have to like...
What? Put a bunch of spaces?
You write out a message, you copy, and just keep pasting it in.
You were one of those people? The spammer? Sarah.
Eventually
they're probably just so annoyed. They're like, okay, let's just mention it, man. She's not going to stop.
It was pretty funny, though. When I first got Twitter, my username was like Sarah Jonas 92 or something like that.
I thought it was like Baby Blue.
No, that's my email.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. I gave away her email.
Like, I don't use that.
You don't use that anymore.
But yeah.
What was it? What was the emails before? It was like Baby Blue Angel 96 1992, something like that.
So me and like literally all our entire like friend circle. Yeah. We all had the same emails, like Angel_Baby Blue and the day you were born. Mine was 15.
Why was like why that combination of words or names?
You know what's funny? Everybody had Baby Blue. Like,
yeah. I think Gizman even had it at one point. Aisha.
I think she might have had it too. But like, so I think I was maybe like 12 at the time. Yeah. And I made my first, like I made an MSN account. Yeah. And my friend at school had an angel underscore baby blue, and then hers was like 12 or something.
Yeah.
So she was like, let me make one for you. So she was like, well, just use my email. And then I just changed the number.
This is before like people knew about identities and like
we didn't
having
care about
something
all that.
unique and trying to get your actual name.
We didn't care. We were 12.
Oh yeah, back then I think that was a time also when they were like, don't put your name out online.
Yeah, we never used, like the first time I actually had a username was when I think I wanted to get a part-time job, and they're like, you can't put angel underscore baby blue as your email on your resume. Imagine.
Oh really? Oh shoot. That's why you got your new email?
Yeah, I was like, I need a Gmail to sound more
yeah,
professional.
That makes sense. Yeah. I feel like Facebook kind of broke that whole taboo of like putting your name out online.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the first time.
Have you ever like, you've looked back on your Instagram, right? And you just like saw, Facebook, and like saw the things that we used to post.
Oh, like the cringy comments?
Yeah, or like the statuses. Remember, you used to put statuses?
I never put statuses. I never used social media.
No, but you used to use Facebook a little bit.
I used it. I never uploaded my own photos. That was one thing. Oh. And what did I use Facebook for?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I did upload a couple photos of like Minecraft. What? I know. I don't know why.
Like screenshots?
Yeah, like screenshots of Minecraft. Why? I don't know. Okay,
That's I don't know. Weird.
I would like videotape myself playing Minecraft and stuff. Like, I'll put it on YouTube one day, and I never did.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I don't think like this is a common theme, guys. I was never really big into social media.
If I show you what I used to, I lived for statuses. Okay, lived for it. It was like changed every 2 minutes.
Can we pull up some of your statuses?
Okay, fine. Remember when people would post happy birthday?
Mm-hmm. I don't think you see your own statuses.
How do you look at them?
I have no idea. I don't know how to use Facebook. You know what? Forget it then.
Okay,
guys. We searched for the statuses for the past 5 minutes. I just have to cut that all out.
I'll just send you
We can't find it. We don't know how to use Facebook anymore, okay? What? You're so cool. Best sister. Anyone. You wrote that. I know you did.
Do you remember when people would like
By the way, it says her brother Sebri wrote it on her page, but you can clearly tell Sada put that on there.
This is actually really funny.
Nah. But so what were we talking about? Go back. Let's forget this.
All right.
We're not gonna find it. We don't know how to use Facebook anymore.
Yeah, I actually don't know how to use Facebook.
Exactly.
I was just scrolling. Like, there has to be a faster way
for Facebook
to find. Like, can't you go by year or something? I don't know. How does it work?
I haven't used Facebook in like
me
years,
neither.
okay?
It's literally just there for fun.
But do you ever have to fight the urge of being antisocial so you can help someone?
Yeah, all the time.
Because like I have an example. Oh, you too?
Yeah, all the time.
Because I have an example. Like, okay, I had like a crisis moment, and like this happens almost every day, right? I'll be walking. I do as I mentioned. People will probably point this out. I mention every time. I go on my walks every day.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say I'm an introvert. It's both. It's both.
That too. But like I was walking back home and like, when you see your neighbor.
Yeah.
And like, that like, okay, if like, I don't want to interact with anyone right now. It's going to be a conversation. And like the last time I got stuck with a neighbor, I was literally standing there for an hour and a half of them telling me my whole life story, of them telling me their whole life story up until that point. And I was like, I can't do that. I don't have the time. I got to go to the gym after this. So I was like getting ready to cross the street. But then I saw them. They were holding grocery bags. And it was heavy. And they're like sort of limping with it too.
Oh, no.
And at that point, like I had to literally fight myself. Like it's almost like you're picturing two versions of myself. One is pulling me and the other one's like trying to drag away.
Yeah.
And at the last thing I was like, okay, I just got to go. I got to like bite the bullet and grab it. But am I a bad person for that? For even having that conflict?
No, I do it all the time. I literally, like, I can give you an example. Like, I've done it.
Okay, give me another example.
One too many times. I was literally driving home. It was in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
And I could barely see, okay? I was miserable because it's winter. I want to go home. And as I was driving, I saw this lady with, like, 6 bags of groceries walking in a friggin' blizzard.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like... I literally don't even know her. Should I just stop? So I slowed down and I was like, "Hey, do you need a ride?" You know what she said to me?
What?
I don't even know you.
No.
She literally said, "I don't even know
you." She did take the ride in the middle of winter.
No, but I was like, I know you don't know me, but I wanted to offer you help. like, okay.
Who doesn't accept help?
I know.
Like,
I was
okay, if you're a man,
was mad.
Yeah.
I was a woman. She's a woman. So I was like, I mean, I was a woman. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a man. So like, I can understand why she would say no from a random guy pulling up to her. Yeah. But I think it was the way that I slowed down because it's snowing. So I braked slow. So I think she got scared.
Oh, you thought you were like creeping up on her or something.
Yeah, and it was nighttime too.
Yeah, but once you pull down the window and you say something.
Yeah. And then she was like, she said okay, right?
Yeah.
So I thought like, I didn't know her bags were heavy.
Yeah.
And then she needed help loading the car.
Wait, so she's walking.
Yeah.
On the sidewalk.
Yeah.
With heavy groceries.
Yes.
Struggling to get home.
Yes. I don't know what she was thinking. So then I'm like, okay, let me help you. So now it's like freezing. I don't have gloves. I'm like helping her put the stuff in the car. And I'm just like, why did I stop? She's not even grateful. So then
did she care? Like, was she like, oh, thank you so much?
So then we're driving, right? And I was like, wait, so where do you live? Like, if she says somewhere far, I'm going to drop her off.
Yeah.
Then she's like, oh, just up the street. So I drive her and then I pull into the driveway and she's like, is today my lucky day? Are you an angel? And I was like, oh no.
It all hit her.
Yeah. Then? Yeah. She's like, no, like this was, it would have taken me like an hour to walk this distance. And I was like, girl, don't even worry. It's fine. So I took it to her house. Yeah. I dropped it off and she's like, can I pay you? I was like, no, get out of here. Like, I was just on my way home. Yeah. It's not a big deal. And she's like, I'm sorry about being rude. Like, I just,
you startled me. She caught herself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But it was just funny the way she's like, I don't even know you. And I was like, damn, let me just keep driving then.
Yeah, if that was a response to me, I mean, like, I wouldn't even, I'd roll up the window and drive away. If someone says that to me.
No, but it was so awkward. Like, what was I going to do? I got scared as if I was doing something wrong. I was just trying to help.
Yeah, that's why you drive away. It's like you had your opportunity.
I know, right? But whatever.
Like, it's okay to ask questions, but when you say I don't even know you, that's your first response.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say I get it, but it was funny in the moment. Like now I laugh about it. Yeah. In the moment I was like, oh my God. Like, what did I just do? Why did I stop? Yeah. You know, sometimes when you fight that urge, and then you finally open your mouth like, all right, let me, like, remember?
Which?
At the airport?
What happened at the airport?
When you took a photo of that family, but like you contemplated?
Oh, yeah. And I like, and like it literally, I had to, exactly, you know what? It was exactly the same thing. I had to fight the urge in me, the antisocial urge in me to like avoid a situation where I know I'm going to be awkward to help someone.
But you were awkward.
Exactly.
And you know
even when I helped the guy with the groceries, I was awkward walking home because I don't know how to make small talk. Like, it was an elderly person, right?
The blind guy, you mean?
No. No, that was a different thing. That's a whole other thing, man. See, clearly, like, every time I try and help someone, like, I should have listened to my antisocial side because I just make it worse and more awkward.
No, but you know what?
Of course, they get help in the end, but like...
Yeah, kind of.
But I internally die as a person every time.
But I think it makes the help that much more meaningful to know that you had to go through such great lengths to help the people. All I'm thinking of is the blind guy story.
I had to go through mental length to be able to do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm very good at masking.
I feel like you have a lot of stories like this, though.
I do. I can't think of them. I should have written them down.
I know.
When I was doing that was 3 right there.
And that was
awkward
3.
situations.
And all of them were covered on the podcast, by the way.
Honestly, the one that I hate the most, hopefully whoever don't hear this, but like whenever someone asks me for a ride that I'm not too familiar with, like if my mom is like, hey, can you take this person home? And it's like an elderly mom, I like start like internally dying and start sweating profusely outside because that drive home or that drive to their house is the most awkward drive in the world because I don't know what to talk about.
You mean if it's just like you and them and she's not there?
Exactly. Oh. I don't know what I'm to talk about. Like, it's like you try and make small talk and then...
Ask them about their kids.
Yeah, and then what happens when you're done talking about that?
Then they talk to you about, like, what you do. They're probably going to ask you about your sister.
Nah, man. But then, like... I
don't know.
I can make small talk, but, like, when you're not in the mood for it...
Yeah.
It's, been a long day... Or like maybe you've already covered all this stuff ahead of time when you're at their house or whatever, so you kind of know all that information.
I've definitely been there before.
Yeah, those ones are like the worst.
Eyeing my mom like, why did you put me in this uncomfortable position? Like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, I'm really bad at just talking to people who, you know, culturally you can't relate with.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I could literally talk to a brick wall. So I like.
But it depends on your mood, right?
Yeah, but for the most part, like, you're actually a true introvert and I'm actually a true extrovert.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just turn into an introvert when I'm not in the mood.
Yeah.
That's all. But most of the time when I'm in the mood,
yeah,
I can talk to anyone.
Okay. Yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
And like I think that's the hard part, is because I know that I need to, or at least I should, be trying to make some type of social interaction, or like try and make some type of small talk.
Yeah.
But because I'm kind of trying to force it, it comes out awkward.
You know what I'm envisioning?
And then I just think about it for the rest of my life.
I'm envisioning you like trying to start a conversation, but your volume levels are like up.
Yeah, my volume always starts at a 10. I'll be like sitting down quiet. Like, so what are you doing tomorrow? Got any plans?
You're just like asking one too many questions.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that I'm like literally tearing up. Just imagining that.
That's probably the most awkward situation for myself. I don't know what to do with my life.
But I've never like, okay, the only time I've actually seen you like awkward was that day at the airport. The picture? Yeah, because I knew that you felt uncomfortable when you got out of the car. You almost like tripped out of the car.
No, I just slammed the door.
The way, guys, he slammed the door so hard. I was like, Amir's definitely freaking out right now. And then I don't know why, but he decides to introduce himself to the whole
Okay, they've heard the story. Okay, we don't have to bring up embarrassing like something.
No, I'm just trying to understand, like, why did you do that?
Because I'm awkward.
No, but all you had to do was take the photo.
I don't know. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Okay,
I'm literally crying.
You know what's funny? That's also why I like one of the big reasons I stopped getting my hair cut by a barber.
What?
Because I just feel awkward sitting in the chair for 45 minutes.
What are you talking about?
Because I hate small talk.
Amir, just talk. But you're so good at it.
Yeah, because I have to force myself doing it. Like, I've been forcing myself to do it so much that, like, I've gotten better at it, but I still don't enjoy it. It's just awkward. Like, if I felt like the other person was fine with me, fine with us just not saying anything, no matter how long the drive is, I would be happy with that.
Hold up. I've never been to a barbershop, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have to talk to them while they cut your hair?
No, but it's awkward. Like, they're like in front of you, just staring you in the eyes, cutting your hair, and you're just silent.
So you have to talk to them?
Of course. If you sat down in a chair with someone and you're cutting their hair and they said nothing
like,
the whole time.
You know, sometimes when I get my hair done, I'm just on my phone.
How are you gonna?
Like, we'll talk here and there.
No, but remember you had the like blanket thing over you.
Yeah.
So like your hands are covered, and you can bring them around, but like then I just feel awkward using my phone. Because, like, you want to build a relationship with the barber.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But, like, I also want to not say anything. And how do you build a relationship with your barber and not say anything at the same time? So I'm kind of forced to say something. Not that I don't want to, because I still want to build. You know, that's the, like, it's like the...
internal battle that you have, or the
exactly,
conflict?
the internal battle. Like, I want them to like me. I want to have a good relationship with them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't like small talk, and I, like... If I have something to say, I will say it.
That's fine then.
But like that space in between where you don't have anything to say or you can't think of anything at the time, that's when I like start to get awkward. I don't know what to do, and like I'm having some internal battle.
I think that, like, honestly, if you tip them well, I feel like you have an unspoken relationship right there. He'll know you as like the guy that tips well.
So my anti-social, my awkwardness,
it's gonna cost
me.
Yeah, 100%.
Nah, well, that's the reason I started cutting my own hair.
Well, it works. You do a good job.
It's doing all right.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what you'll be motivated to learn and do when you're antisocial.
I didn't know it was that bad though.
No, that wasn't one of the main reasons. Main reason is like I don't want to. It costs a lot of money to get your hair cut these days.
Yeah.
But like one of the like smaller, the sub points or reasons was so like I don't have that awkward situation.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just like being quiet, man. It's like sitting doing stuff by myself.
I mean, I completely, like, I understand, but I just, I don't know. I just can't help but laugh.
It's, you know, it's just who I am, man.
But it's okay because I feel like you also,
I can turn it on.
Yeah, like exactly. you do a good job.
Yeah,
the effort's there. I appreciate that. You know.
Am I a bad person though? When people ask me, like, "Hey, how's it with your parents not being around and being home alone and all that stuff?" I'm like, "It's great. I love it."
No, you're not a bad person. I think because, you know, you've lived with them literally your entire life, so
yeah,
a little bit of separation isn't that bad.
No, but for me, it's like I can have a lot of separation and I'll be fine.
I was trying to make you sound better, Amir. Stop making it harder.
No. Like, like
what are you doing?
I'm trying to like make it sound good. There's nothing coming to mind.
I think. Okay, you're making yourself sound bad. Even if, let's say, you lived on your own, and we didn't have the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you'd probably go out like a couple months, but I feel like we're also friends where we hang out on the weekend.
Exactly.
So like we'll see each other.
Yeah.
But if we didn't see each other and we weren't as close, I don't think there would have been an expectation from either of us to keep in touch like 24/7.
Yeah. Exactly.
We would obviously like, you know, holidays like
you would probably send me that. I'd reply back.
Like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sada, just seeing this now.
Oh, you don't want to see my DMs, man.
We're gonna have an episode where we
not those DMs. Like even for people I know, it's so bad.
Amir,
I know.
You need like to dedicate at least an hour out of the week.
But like it's
out of the week, an
hour.
But
like for me, it's like after a couple days, if I don't reply, I feel bad for not replying, and then I just don't reply because I'm like, is it better for me just not to reply and like wait for them to send another message?
Okay, you know what, listeners, viewers, you tell us what you think. For those of you who take time responding to DMs. Is it better to just not reply if it's been a couple days?
Like, I know it's not better. Like, I'll answer that question. I know it's not better, but you'll be surprised what your mind rationalizes.
No, I know because I am the same. Sometimes I'll see something, I'm like, oh, 2 weeks ago, how did I not respond to that?
Yeah. But I'm really bad where, like, I'll be in the middle of a conversation with someone, and I'll, like, you know how, like, you'll be at work or you'll be doing something, and you see, like, a notification or, like, you see a notification or whatever, he'd be like, okay, I'll just respond to it later. Yeah. And you swipe away and you just forget.
I mean, that has happened to me, but I also, like, don't you do, like, a clean sweep of your phone before you sleep? Like, just make sure you've checked everything that you need to check?
No. Sometimes I'll forget about my phone. Like, I'll put my phone on the charger and just leave it there, and I won't look at it for the rest of the night. Because I'll be on my computer either editing. or, like, doing other work. Usually it's more like just doing research stuff. Like, I don't know. I just like learning stuff. I'll do that, play a little game, and then go to sleep.
And you just don't check your phone?
No. If anything, I'll check my phone to make sure my alarm's on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably take a break or...
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take a quick break here and probably close off the podcast.
I know.
And we're back. And, we kind of went on a little long there.
No, I feel like this is our normal time.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, we went on a little long, like, for our first part. Usually we'll have, like, a second part or whatever, but you know what? I feel like that was kind of all we had for today.
We're just going to end it off here.
Exactly. We're just going to end it there.
As you guys know, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, subscribe. We have officially surpassed the 2000s Club.
Yeah, exactly. Did we mention that last week?
We did, yeah.
Oh, shoot. I forgot.
So thank you to all of you guys for subscribing. And if you want to be under the 5,000 Club, because that's our next goal, subscribe below.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mama, tell your daddy.
And your uncles and your aunties.
And your sisters and your brothers.
And your cousins and your friends.
And your pets.
Yeah, I'm going to say and your cats and your dogs. Anyways. Thank you guys so much for listening and for watching. We love you, and we will see you guys next week.
I don't know about love, but bye.
Okay, we love you. Amir just doesn't know how to express emotion right now, so I will do it for the both of us. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Platonically. Bye.
Bye.